Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to a Tuesday night chat with TRprepper. I think most of my guests were busy tonight. Rosie's, I don't think she's doing chat. She hadn't contacted me. So that's been postponed for right now. I know Tuesday's a weird night anyway, but that's just the way it worked out. But anyway, here I am. And I guess I'll just kind of be taking just paying attention to y'all out there and having a conversation with you guys and gals. Let's see. Well, since it's just me, I'll do a rundown. All right, we had, I ain't even gonna mention it, prepping to endure, Jeremiah Johnson, the Crazy Scotsman, Ozark Yeoman, SKS Hugo, Papa's Place, the Reloading Press, Tobacco Road, Linda Francine. Looking for new names. Fuzz Fork 8. Fresh out of the pen. And I think that's... Oh, Scott F jumped in. TC's Corner. Keith Gregory. All right, so I think I'm caught up. I'm sure some other... Oh, Tread. I see Tread's out there. Regulator 308. So, what do y'all want to talk about? I made a few people upset with my latest video. Hey, HRM machinist, weapons machinist, HRM weapons machinist. With that last video talking about voting counts, there's some hardcore people that just don't believe voting counts. And I get where they're coming from. I mean, I kind of felt that way at one time, but I still registered to vote at least a week of my 18th birthday. And I don't know that I've ever missed any elections other than maybe some special oddball election at an oddball time. I may have missed some small elections. I don't know. But any of the, normal elections, I don't think I've ever missed one. And I can see people from, say, California or New York not thinking, say that they lean conservative, libertarian, Republican, that their vote won't be counted. It's still counted. It may not, you may not win the majority in your state, but of course you had all the other state level, city level, if you live in a city, or at least county level. All those are still up. And one thing about the say you're in California, you know it's going to go Democrat, boom, it's going to go left. So your vote for Trump or whoever really don't matter. But I argue that it does, because Trump lost the popular vote. And I guarantee you there's people in New York and California and some other places like that may not even went to the polls because they're like, well, my vote's not going to count. Yes, you may not win your state, but it's going to count toward the overall vote. Don't give them the ammunition to cry and whine and say, well, see, you didn't win the popular vote, even though we're on electoral college. Try not to even give them that. Go ahead and get as many votes in as we can. Even if you lose that state, don't have millions of people not vote because they think it's not going to count. It still counts towards something, so that's just my take on it. And like I was saying in the last primary that I just voted in, only 13% of the people showed up. Well, if only 13% of the people show up, whoever does get elected, they know, because out of that 13%, that was Democrat and Republican, because they had both primaries. 13%, period. If only 13% of the people really care what's going on, they kind of know they can do whatever the fuck they want anyway. So, that's where it's important as well. I'm not going to go down without swinging. Yeah, I agree, Linda. 13%. That does not give you a cross section of what people feel, what's going on. I mean, that's just, and that was deciding who's going to run to take Trey Gowdy's seat. That was a federal seat up. Well, thanks, Armament. Yes, I'm 50 years old and I can have a mohawk. That's the main reason I got it. Because I can. Hey, Frank. But anyway, we don't have to dwell on that. It's kind of pathetic. But anyway, I know more people show up when there's a presidential election going on, but it's still not as much as it should be. Exactly, JH. 83% of the people don't care. Actually, it was 87%. Yeah, I may look older than 50. Hey, Oxjaw. Yeah, it's something I'm very passionate about. Once I got into, I've always voted. Uh, but when I got really into politics and really paying attention, when I started paying attention to Ron Paul and starting to support Ron Paul, read one of his books, got deeper into, found out about the Fed. I'm like a lot of people. I didn't know the Fed was not part of the government. I did not know that, and a lot of things, So I'm a lot more in tune with what's going on and paying attention, but at the same time, after finding out more about the government, more about the corruption, more about all the BS going on, it's made me want to get involved even more. Not the opposite, which some people do. And I'm not putting words in people's mouths. I'm not assuming what they think. I think some people find out enough information and they throw their hands up. It's like, well, fuck. It's too corrupt. We can't do nothing about it. I get it. I'm just the opposite. To me, it's fucking corrupt. It's messed up. We gotta fix it. That's the way I look at it. So maybe I'm just looking at it around a different perspective. Yes, the more libertarian voters, the better. That's what I like about, and I think he's got a good chance. The guy that is that won, he got the most votes for a Republican seat to run for Trey Gowdy's seat. He's more of a libertarian than he is a Republican. He runs as a Republican, but he's a libertarian. And he didn't even hardly advertise, and he got the majority of the vote. There was 13 people running. And the one that come in second spent millions and millions on advertisement. And he did come in second, barely, just by a few votes. So they got to do a runoff, which they would have to do a runoff anyway, unless somebody got over 50%. But so they're going to be a runoff. So I got my fingers crossed that Lee Bright will win the Republican nomination and get to run for Trey Gowdy's seat. I think he'll do a good job. He was a state level senator for 8 years, and I think it'll be a good replacement for Gowdy. So we'll see. All right. Anything else going on? Anybody wants to talk about? You moving, Oxjaw? Oh yeah, I didn't even see that quote. That but I could tell by the name it needed to be. Thanks, Greg. Yeah, Ross Perot. I think he would have. I actually think he would have done good. He would have stirred up a lot of shit, but he was actually the best candidate out of that bunch. Oh, cool, Oxjaw. Awesome. Good luck, man. Says he's moving. Hey, Borg. I just heard some news that I didn't see the story, whatever. I just was talking to Coda Boy. He jumped in just for a minute. He couldn't join tonight, but he jumped in just while we were off air. Delaware was going to pass a assault weapons ban, and it ended up not going through. And from what he was saying, I'm not sure, Armin. It may be possible. Anyway, I guess somebody looked up the stats, and I don't know how far it went back, but in the last year or two or whatever it been, or maybe longer, there'd only been 2 people shot with AR-15, and both instances, it was a police officer that shot somebody with AR-15. So no civilians had been shot with AR-15 in whatever time period it was, and that kind of killed the bill since nobody had been shot by one. Why are you banning it? So I thought that was kind of interesting. All right. I know atomic bulls. That's just what I'm just going by what they call it. I know it's not, but that's assault weapons bill, assault weapons ban, and then they include AR-15 in it. I mean, we all know, yeah. It does piss me off too that they keep coining that they coined that phrase to start with, and anyway. But what do we expect from the left and the media? When did facts ever come into play? For the most part, just like all the talk about Trump's taking children away from the parents, and they've been doing that for years. Obama did it, Bush did it, Clinton did it, but it's a problem now. Oh, damn, Finger Lake. You didn't have to do that. I appreciate it, though. All right, send me the info, Armin. That's a long ride for me, but I could make it work. We'll see. Taurus owns Beretta, I think. I would. I'm not saying that's not possible, but I wouldn't think so. Yeah, I doubt it, but I don't know. Taurus might have fingers in more stuff than we know. Might be a bigger company than I know. I'm in South Carolina, Axis. That's correct, Tread. Yes, for Fuzz, that is public law 107-296. The Democrats voted in. Hey, Scotty. I could be wrong, Fuzz, and you know the facts more than I do offhand. I think it was passed in '97 or went through whatever. Yeah, he's been putting out videos, not as much as he used to, but Pops Quest is putting out videos. Um, he's put one or two out. I think the last day or two I hadn't seen. You might have better check. You may have been unsubbed to him. For those that don't know, sometimes you get unsubbed to people. I don't know that. I don't really think it's malicious. I just think it's problems with their programming. I know sometimes if I noticed if I don't see somebody for a while, I'll check, and I have been unsubbed from people. Like I say, I think it's just a YouTube glitch because it's random. It has nothing to do with nothing that I can see. Yeah, it'd be a long haul. Let freedom ring. For those that hadn't heard, hashtag let freedom ring. July 4th, 5 o'clock Eastern time. Put together a video, new footage, old footage, combination, don't matter. Just do some kind of, I want to say the theme is shooting. Hence let freedom ring, as in like shooting at still targets. You don't have to shoot a still target, but um, if you can schedule a video if you don't know when you go to, don't make it private first or whatever. You have to go right off the bat to schedule it. There's like a little tree that'll pop down and you can schedule it. You can put up a video tonight and schedule it for July 4th, 5 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. So everybody do that if you can. I thought about regurgitating one of my old ones because it was pretty good. I thought I did a good job of putting it together. I was like, that's pretty good. Maybe I'll just redo that one, re-upload it. Okay, Kyle's leaving. Good evening, everyone. Oh, we just got here. Oh. I think I may break out the AK-75 round drum. At least dump it. Then maybe dump a 50 round drum I got from my Glock 17. Okay, sorry, Kyle. I misread something. He just got here. He wasn't leaving. There's nothing says America better than a drum magazine. Yeah. I shot myself. I put my video of me shooting myself back up. Got the scars to prove it. One where it went in and one where they took it out. Okay, first is 2002, signed by Bush. Okay. That bill. Yeah. Okay. Anything else going on that I missed in the last couple of days I've been at work? Other than the space uh that's a good one, Big Al. It says let freedom sting. It did sting. I'm tougher than I think or thought. I walked around for a month with a broke arm and didn't know it. Well, it's cracked anyway. The space. Well, I forget what they call it. Yeah, Space Force or some shit. I don't know. Actually, I'm not. I would be surprised if they aren't working on weapons in space. They were talking about that or trying to fund that back when Reagan was in. Remember when everybody was calling it Star Wars? So it'd be hard for me to believe they hadn't been working on uh, some kind of space something or other. You know, some kind of weaponized satellites or something. Don't know. Yeah, I just would be hard to believe they hadn't been working on something. Maybe not grand scale, but something. Every bit of the technology we see, whether it's a cell phone, GPS, LED technology, night vision, whatever it is, we only see it after the government's been playing with it for years and they've already moved on to the next level, and then they let it ooze out into the public. You know. God Rod, yeah, I could see something in that effect. It was some little silly movie. I think it was that damn G.I. Joe movie where that was the weapon the Cobras had or whatever, where they just basically dropped just a big metal rod, but it had the force of like an atomic bomb when it hit or something like that. I could actually see that. It'd just be a matter of getting it up in space. Night vision. That's something I hadn't really invested in. I got a night vision monocular. This you know, real low, like $150. It's amazing how good it works, though. But I mean, I can't mount it on a rifle or anything. Yeah, I think so too. Truth theories. Either art imitates life or life imitates art. That is very true. Most stuff you see in movies years later, all of a sudden we got it. Even all the way back to Star Trek, when they would walk up to a door and it would just open. that was some space age technology shit. And now every damn supermarket you walk into or whatever, the doors just automatically open when you walk to. But back in the 60s, that was like, that was amazing. You know, I mean, I knew it was a TV set or whatever, but I'm pretty sure they didn't have that. Yeah, now I have shot a rifle with night vision, had night vision goggles on a helmet and an IR designator mounted on the rifle and sighted in. That was wicked. That was some badass. That was a badass setup. I'd like to have that. And he had a good setup. He had about $3,000 in his. That's correct. Yeah, mobile smartphones would have been sci-fi in the 70s. Well, let's take a Dick Tracy. There you go. There's a cartoon. You know, they was always talking into her watch. Well, I know Sonya's got the little iPhone watch thing, and I don't know if she can take phone calls, but I know she can text by talking into the damn watch. But just smartphones, period, the power they have and right at your fingertips. Holy crap. Yeah, but if you ever got the money to get, I mean, you don't even have to have night vision on your scope on your rifle. If you get a infrared designator, which basically for those that don't know, it's kind of like a red dot for night vision. Nobody can see it unless you got night vision on. And you don't even have to hold the rifle up. You can just hip shoot it. You just put that dot wherever you want to see. You know, as long as you're looking through your night vision, you just put that dot wherever you want to shoot, and it's pretty badass. Yeah, my first computer was a Commodore. Was it 24? Whatever the first one. I think it ended up with a 64, but I think mine was only a 24. Or maybe the starting model was a 64 and the upper model was a 128 or something like that. But you had a cassette tape drive, like back in the 70s and 80s, you might see. That was your, I guess, I think it wasn't your hard drive, but that was your, you know, how you saved files and stuff. Yeah, Kyle, no panel tonight. I guess everybody's busy. So I just flying solo. Or I pissed everybody off. I don't know. Now, Blue 823 popped on and Coda Boy popped on because I send them links every week. And anyway, they were Blue was at work. He was just popped in for a minute to say hey, and Coda Boy did the same thing, but he couldn't be on tonight. He just stopped by to say hello, and then they jumped off right before I went live. And I don't know where everybody else is, so whatever. Well, I'll drag this out a little longer. You want a link, Armin and Axis? I'll send you a link. If I can figure out how to find. There we go. Give me a minute. I can't chew bubble gum and walk at the same time here. See if that ain't the right link. I just sent you a message through YouTube Access. Rosie is taking a break from chat. She's still doing videos, but she wanted to take a break from chats, is what I was told. Because she was doing a lot of her own chats, jumping on other people's chats, jumping on my chat, and I think she got burnt out a little bit, actually. Yes, the Star Trek communication. We had Star Trek communications with the Motorola flip phones. Yep. Especially when what was it? Nextel come out with where it was basically like a walkie-talkie. You flip it open and you just talk like it was a walkie-talkie. A lot of people, contractors and businesses and stuff, had those because it was like really wasn't a phone call. It was basically like a walkie-talkie, but that kind of died out. Okay, Linda, that makes sense. Yeah. Rosie had to contend with a lot of attackers that got bad, so she kind of backed off, I guess. Yeah, I never used one of those Nextel flip or talk, whatever it was, like a walkie-talkie. I never had one myself. I just knew some people that did have them. Oh, contractors still use them? Okay. I did not know that. All right, man. You don't have to join, but if you want to, you can. Yeah, I have always enjoyed her take on things. I don't think, and Rosie even warned me, she was a little worried that, like, being on chats and being on other people's chats and people associating with her, she was a little worried about people coming, say, like after me. And I have had that element come after me in some of my videos, and sometimes the trolls would jump on this chat, and it was probably because they was following her. Not that I don't get my own trolls for whatever reason. Um, you know, and I get it, and I didn't worry about it. I didn't care. And I was like, this just comes with the territory of doing this. You're opening yourself up to the trolls and um, all that horse shit. Um, it just comes with it. Well, hopefully she'll be back. She said it was temporary. That's what she told me anyway. We shall see. And it's summertime. She's probably just out having a good time. So hopefully she'll be back. You there, man? Arminet's trying to jump in. Technical difficulties. Yeah, it's summertime. I don't know if y'all can tell it, but I've been getting some sun. My legs are red as a beet. Feeling better today. I got burnt two or 3 days ago, I guess. My legs hadn't really seen sun in a couple of years, and I was wearing shorts at the little lake, and I got fried. That's okay. That's okay. Like I said, you can still see my chest a little red. I'm gonna be dark brown by the end of the summer because I tan easy. Damn, 100 here today. Well, I think it was in the mid to high 90s here in South Carolina. And with the heat index, they was calling it, they was telling everybody to try to stay out of the sun the best you can.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. Can't see you, but I can hear you.
That's good because I'm out in my shop, and if I turn my camera on, it's gonna go to shit. I actually ordered so a 75-foot cat cable, cat 5 cable, and I'm gonna run it out here to my shop. So this is my reloading shop that turned into my everything shop, but it needs a thorough going through and cleaning. But yeah, I'm out here. So how you doing, brother?
I'm doing good. Just got off work, so it's all better. It's being that I work kind of like on two, off two, on three, off. You know what? It flips around. Today was Friday for me. I got the next few days off, so
My neighbor's on a shift like that where it's on two, work three. Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, I did work a job like that probably about 7 years ago in the winter. Normally in the summer, I drive dump truck. I work construction. Don't make bad money during the summer or, working months. But I took a job at a factory, just, supplement. And it was like 3 on 2 on, you know what I mean? And it's like, it did. And I worked second shift. So it took a little bit of getting used to. So
once I've gotten used to it, to be honest, I would hate to go back to a 5 day a week job. That's just me, but I've been doing the 12 hours for I'm on my 12th year.
yeah, something, I said the same thing when I did it because it was kind of nice that it's like, okay, we're gonna bust ass for these days, and then we take X amount of days off, and it was like, oh, I get a weekend every 2 to 3 days. I get a weekend. I'm like, works for me. You know what I'm saying? And the funny thing is my job, construction dump truck, and I live in Ohio, so up here, you ask the Scotsman, he's been here for a few years. The orange barrels coming. It's orange barrel season, they call it. You know what I'm saying? Because in the winter, some construction, very minor, but man, when as soon as the weather hits, it's like road construction everywhere. You know what I mean? So, and I've been lucky the past 2 days. I worked just a pinch under 20 hours in 2 days. I'm like, well, shit. Am I done working already? Because normally I'm used to working 10 plus. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah. So sometimes when you end up with 50, 60 hours a week in a dump truck that's beating the crap out of you, yeah, it's getting old, but I can't go back to factory work. So anyway, brother, the one thing that I have this thought. Now, our club isn't that big, but it's big enough to host a small to medium sized YouTube get together kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's just something in the back of my mind. We do have a range, a lot of steel we can get out and set up, and it's just something that I'm kind of throwing around. You know what I mean? And I'm finding out there's quite a few YouTubers in Ohio that I'm meeting, but like I
There's a
said,
bunch of YouTubers in Ohio.
yeah. So it's like, man, if I just think it would be cool. You know, I met the Scotsman. I met the Tyven show, which he's more of a gamer, and I met him through Hank Strange. But man, I'm meeting all these cool people, including you. I mean, you don't live in Ohio, but you know, a lot of them do, and it's like, man, we need to all get together, collaborate, and do something. You know, IV88 has his big get together. You know what I mean? And it's like, well, why don't we try and get something going? That's just I'm thinking about it, and I would be able to rent my club. I would do it probably for a weekend, 2 days. There is some room there for camping, but not a lot of room. The one part in the front, you could get quite a few campers in there if you did it right. In other words, don't just take up a lot of room. But if you laid them in there right, now of course there's no camping hookup or anything. There's of course plumbing in our clubhouse and bathroom there, but it's just I'm looking at it going, we could do this. We could pull this off. You know what I mean? So just something I've been tossing around. I kind of thought about it the last week, and I went, well, let's start getting the word out and see who says what and if they'd be interested. So
I tell you, Buck Run 11. I don't know if you're familiar with him. I'm pretty sure he's in Ohio.
What's his channel?
What's his channel? Buck Run 11.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, I actually I'm planning on doing a 300 sub giveaway, and it's kind of crazy, man. I started, everybody starts nowhere, but after I start hanging out with you and many of the other guys on these chats, and just I'm getting subs. Yeah. People, and the bitch of it is man, we got all kinds of shooting video. Of course, my channel being armament and axes, guns and guitars. I have one music video on there of me playing the drums. We jam like every Saturday or every other Saturday, but how to get good video and good recording of that, because it's tough when it comes to loud, you know what I mean?
Oh, but yeah.
Definitely wanting to do that, because last weekend my son came out and was on the drums. I was on the guitar. Everybody in the would-be band that really isn't a band, but our jam group was there, and man, we had a blast. Everything just came together. Everything sounded good, and I'm thinking, shit, where was the cameras? Where was the record? You know what I mean? It's like, but that is part of my channel too. But yeah, we have a lot of shooting footage that we just need to get edited. My channel partner brother, Derek, is mostly the tech guy, and if he isn't working so much, he can jump right on it and get her done. You know what I mean? Me, it just takes me a little bit longer. So, but yeah, it's cool. I'm finding out, hanging with it's growing, and well, let's get together. Let's all get together and do something. So
yeah, chats are great for exposure. I mean, even just being in the audiences of chats, because I've subbed a lot of people over the years, being in chats and just see names that keep reappearing, and just go sub them to see what's going on with their channel, because it's like, okay, they're hanging out, what's going on their channel, and can't say I watch everybody's videos, because I'm subbed to probably 1,000 people. There's no way I can keep up.
I'm the same way. I get all these notifications, and I'm like, because I do the same thing. I hang out in these chats, and I sub people. They sub me. I sub. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm making new friends.
Well, I know I've said it 100 times, but I never thought that YouTube would be a social media outlet. I never thought that.
Yeah, it is kind of strange, isn't it? That everybody thought
it was where you went to go find music videos. To be honest, to start with, it seemed like that was all that was on there, and then maybe how-to videos, and it just kind of I know the people out there. The only reason I even started a YouTube channel is because when I was doing a lot of stuff on Facebook and kind of got into the prepping thing. And at the time, it was easier to upload to YouTube. I started noticing people just had YouTube links. it was easier and faster, or just easier to upload to YouTube and then post it on Facebook. That's the only reason I started a YouTube page. I was canning vegetables and shit.
Yeah,
like that.
well, yeah, it's all by happenstance. I mean, why did I start a YouTube channel? Well, I gave up on network TV and said the hell with that shit, because it's just, don't get me started. I watched The Walking Dead. That's about all I make a point to watch on network TV is The Walking Dead. And if I really wanted to, I'd just wait a day or two and just download it. But I like to watch it. I got a good friend of mine. We get together, have a few beers, and watch the show. He's got this like massive TV, so it's pretty awesome. But I got into YouTube by watching all these YouTube channels, and I started hanging out at Hank's, and and I'm like, well, shit, why don't I make a YouTube channel just for shits and giggles? And that's how it started.
Yeah.
So,
and it has gotten harder to build a channel, especially prepping, guns, politics, because the people that's big now, not all of them, but most of the big channels, they started early and built a big base when there wasn't that many channels. So I'm not trying to discourage anybody.
Right. Well,
it's harder to build a bigger channel now.
I do believe that too, because I don't want to delve into stupidity, but can I say Justin Bieber? How'd he get famous? He got famous on YouTube, but that was how many years ago?
Yeah.
Now you get on YouTube and look for dudes singing, kids singing. Oh, cripe. You're going to get so many. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And some might be good, some might be bad, but the ones that are good aren't going to get noticed unless a lot of people would really start paying attention to them. But when he did it was at the beginning of YouTube, when YouTube first started, and that's what he did. And he got noticed, and people started paying attention and subbing him, and he got noticed, So honestly, yes. And since they've implemented their new hashtag guidelines, or quote guidelines, whatever. Yeah. We went out and shot Saturday. It was, I don't know, 95 degrees. We were melding like the people from Raiders of the Lost Ark, the first movie, the Ark, and all the people melt. That's what we felt like Sunday. Yeah, we were sweating that bad. I don't, I could send you a picture if I had your number. We'll take care of that later. But my 1911 that I built back in the 90s is built on a ordnance frame before I ever. It's in one of the. I think it's the first shooting video that I put up, but it's in just 1911 mode only. Of course, wide body. But I built that gun when it was just a frame. That's all Para sold was frame. So I bought the frame and I built the gun. Yada yada. That was my comp gun. Well, I just put it back into that mode, and I put the grip mount on it that held a Pro Point PDP-2, this big long red dot optic. And it's like, man, something back in the 90s, that was the shit. It still works good though. And I won a lot of competitions back then, but I did a video on that. And since I put the overpower spring in it, it's like 18 power, and it's like, oh, well, I need to switch to springs because I was having a little bit of functioning issues, casings not wanting to get out, yada, yada. And I said in our video, which hopefully in a couple days we'll have it up, I said, well, this is what I got to do. I got to change the recoil spring. But I can't show you that and how I do it because YouTube sucks. And I say it because really, I can't show you how to take a barrel bushing and slide it out of the way and pop this out and put a different spring in. That's against YouTube's guidelines now. You can't show working on nothing anymore.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the? So time to move on to other platforms, but got to still stay here kind of thing. And I'm just getting started. So
yeah, it's a tough market. YouTube's got such a big swath of the market. I know I've seen heard people say whatever that something 30 is and this and that. And it's like, yeah, but it's such a limited market. And that full 30 is only by invite only, or you got to apply. And I just see dude start a damn channel and he don't really know shit. He's just out there. Well, this is what I think of this gun. The manufacturer or whoever's not sending them a gun to check it out and whatever. It's just like, say me, I bought this Glock and I go out and shoot it and tell you what I think of it. I spent my hard-earned money on it. Nobody's paying me or providing me the gun to talk good about it. I mean, that's what made YouTube great, but it's a hard market to replace. That's a lot of money in servers and platform. And yeah, one day YouTube will fade away, but it's going to take a while. One of these days, YouTube will be like open. What was it? What was that first? MySpace.
Yeah, MySpace. Yep. Well, I think it will. I really do. And if it doesn't, it will turn into how should I say this? A commercial.
Yeah,
it's a commercial platform.
Yeah, it's going to force itself out of business or to the side eventually. The way they're going and trying to advance and push people out and things like that, well, people are going to start turning, just like network TV, where people are going to start turning the channel or cutting their cable off. It's like, I don't need this shit no more,
Do you know who the Liberty Doll is?
Yes,
checked her out.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, she just put a video out a couple days ago about the I can't even remember what channel it's on, but it's Supergirl.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And oh my God, I've never seen the show, but she was showing all these clips out of the show, and it was, for one, information incorrect about guns. Two, so anti-gun it was stupid, and it's what's being pushed on people. And the sad thing is a lot of people believe the media hype and they believe what they've been shown, and they don't take the time to go, whoa, wait a minute. I want to think for myself. I should have the right to protect myself. So maybe I need to investigate what they're telling me and see if it's bullshit or not. There's too many people that don't do that.
The vast majority don't do that. That's how a lot of this, just earlier when I was talking about Trump initiated a policy and he's taking kids away from these immigrants. No, that policy's been in effect for over a decade. They've been doing that shit for years. Obama did it. Bush did it.
Hey, do you remember, you're old enough, I know you remember, Janet Reno and Elion Gonzalez, I believe his name was?
Yeah.
When they sent the SWAT team in to get the kid because we're going to deport him.
Yep.
Okay. Well, then they figured out illegal aliens will vote for him because they can figure out how to get illegal aliens and to vote.
Well, just less than or around 4 years ago, I think I posted a video. It was showing Obama talking about clamping down on illegal immigration. That hey, we're for legal immigration, we're against illegal immigration. Hillary Clinton, even older stuff was Feinstein. All of them calling for locking the border down.
Oh, yeah.
Now 4 years later, it's like, oh, he's evil. He's a racist.
Yeah. Dude, like I said, I'm about a year older than you. We've been on this planet long enough. We've been around our sun 50 laps. We have seen things and remember things that a lot of younger people don't, or some people just never paid attention back in the day that might be our age, but it's like, what? 10 minutes ago, 10 years ago, you were saying something different. What? Oh, you're a politician. When you're not kissing babies, you're stealing their lollipops.
Mm-hmm.
What movie's that from? That's from The Hunt from Red October, when he had just told everybody and blah, blah, blah. And that congressman or whoever he was, he says, look, I'm a politician. If I'm not kissing babies, I'm stealing their lollipops. And I'm like, well, that just pretty much nails it on the head. Whatever gets them votes.
Mm-hmm.
What's the populace? And honestly, it does come down to what the media spews to them. And I'm sorry, those people I will always call sheeple. They're being led. There's sheep, and then there's sheep dogs, and we're sheep dogs. We pay attention. We go, whoa, 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 wait a minute. And they're being just led. No. Yeah. I don't know. I talk too much, brother.
No,
I've been accused of that a lot.
No, you're fine. I needed some because I was trying to read and think of something to say.
Dude, honestly, man, I wish we lived closer, because if you and I got together, shit, we'd sit and drink beer and smoke cigarettes and bullshit for hours.
I'm sure we would. Go here. That's basically what chats even started out for me. It was just like, it's just kind of like being at the bar. We're just sitting around shooting shit, But I ain't got to drive.
Honestly, yeah. Okay, there you go. I was on with the Scotsman, and I think you were there, and all of us were just hanging out and having fun at home, having some cold whatever beverage, adult. Yeah. And I think I said that. It's like, this is like hanging out with your buddies at the bar, only you ain't got to drive home. You can just walk over and go to bed. Yeah.
Exactly.
So, but yeah, I don't know, man. The whole YouTube thing and where it's going. And remember, there's G-Webs has got gun channels, which I'm signed up for that. And UgeTube, UGE, I believe it's UGE Tube. That's another platform that's gun related. And I went and signed up for that, I believe last night or the night before. Of course, I don't have any content up, and I just trying to do it. Winter comes, shit, I'll spend here. Yeah, I got all kinds of time in front of this thing. Summer comes, not so much. But yeah, I mean, I am seeing more platforms open up. Full 30 is not by invite. They said they were going to open it, and they said, here, go here to register to reserve your spot. Where's my watch? I don't wear one. Where's my calendar? Yeah, that was 3 months ago when they said that, and I did, like, immediately, and I ain't heard nothing. So yeah, so I don't know what's going on with that, the whole Full 30 thing.
And just for anybody that, I swear I didn't do it. I don't know why it's there, because when they first started it, I never signed up for it. But the super chat thing, I didn't put that there. YouTube done that.
Oh, on your channel here?
Yeah. Well, on the chat, it's down. You look over where everybody's talking. That little sign. I didn't put that there. YouTube did that.
I'm not really up yet on all the.
What that is, somebody can donate money and it goes to.
I know what that is. I just haven't figured out how it all works. I know what the super chat is, but you know what I'm saying. And of course, I don't go live. I'm gonna be doing it though. As soon as I get that cable out here, I'm probably gonna start doing a few live things. But of course,
I don't know if it was because I was doing some mini chats, but I know it was there. Okay, leave, Carlos. I don't give a fuck. I didn't put it there. YouTube do. Go bitch to them. I didn't ask you for fucking money. I don't give a fuck. If I was in YouTube for money, I'd have quit a long fucking time ago. I could make more money picking up beer cans on the side road than I will making YouTube videos.
Honestly, yeah. And it's like you were saying earlier about, in other words, you don't want to be a shill. You don't want to be a paid shill that, well, we're going to send you our stuff and you got to talk good about it.
Yeah.
Well, how about you send me your stuff and I will test it. video it, and you almost don't want to. You don't want to put out too bad of a thing for somebody that sends you their shit unless it's so totally terrible. But that's your total choice as a YouTube or content creator. You know, if somebody says, okay, we're going to send you your shit, you test it, right? Okay. But if they send me their stuff and I love it and it works good, and I would go, yeah, man, this is great stuff. Yeah, hell yeah. I'll support you. You want to support me. But don't send me junk and think I'm going to, well, we'll pay you if you say this is good stuff. No, I won't. It's fucking junk. If it's junk, it's junk. You know what I'm saying?
I have had a few companies send me a few things. Caltech, not Caltech. Shit, I can't think of the name of it now. Anyhow, it's Korean mags.
You got timers like me. You got old timers.
Yeah, I got old timers. Damn, I can't think of the damn company now. Anyway, that Korean magazine company, they sent me a few mags, and when they approached me just to email, I was like, I said, I'll try them, but if they don't work, I'll show it on camera. And that's fine. We're using channels like you for or R&D. We want to see if it's going to fail. We want to fail, point it out, what didn't work, so we can correct it. I said, okay, that's cool.
Yeah, that is cool. Did you get to keep them?
Yeah.
Cool. What were they for?
I got a 75 round drum for my AK, a 30 round for my AR, at least one 33 round fun stick for my Glock 17.
Nice.
And I think he sent me a 17 rounder for the Glock too. Yeah.
Because honestly, I don't know why I sold it, but I'm not going to say how much I got for it, because 2 years ago I could have got 3 times the price, but I sold my Chinese 75 round drum. It was an Norinco, and you know, you can't get them through Norinco or, you know, the whole band, but the Korean ones are an exact copy of those. And I got a friend of mine that's totally into the whole collector, you know, depending on what rifle. He was into M1 carbines, and he's into AK. He's still into AKs, but the guy has, well, this magazine is the correct magazine for this rifle and this bayonet. And I'm like, does that magazine fit that rifle? And that, I don't give a you know. Can I stick it in the gun and it works? Good to go. I don't give a shit where it came from. But all I heard some really good things. Did you have good luck with a 75 round drum?
I didn't have any problems with it. I mean, to be honest, I'd probably need to go look at another video to make sure the last time I loaded it, I loaded it correctly. It's a little weird, and it's only like the way you start. You got to kind of ratchet it a little bit and then start putting the bullets in and stuff. I'd loaded it a time or two and didn't get every round to feed through, but it was just because I didn't load it correctly. But I mean, I didn't have any malfunctions with it.
Yeah, if I remember, because it is an exact copy of the Chinese one that I just sold. Like I said, the the Koreans, South Korea, started making the copies, and at the time they started doing that, the Norinco Chinese ones, the price was like, oh, nice, you know. And as soon as those came in, well, people went, yeah, I'm not a collector and I can get one for this much. So, and it became a collectible when it came. So the price went down. But yeah, I looked at one and I'm like, shit, this is an exact copy of my collectible one. And, you know, and you got to load them just right. When you load them, you put a few rounds in and you twist it so it pushes them up the follower. I can't remember it.
That's what I was saying. It's like I forget exactly how to load it, and but I didn't have any problems with it. It run like a champ. You know?
I had a friend of mine had a legal full auto AK, and it went through that 75 round drum pretty quick. But you should have seen the smoke coming off the barrel.
I bet so.
Yeah, burning the oil off. But yeah, um, that's the thing. I mean, you different things like that. Work, and I said earlier, my buddy, I got my AK mags. I got a bunch of them. I don't know. I don't know where half of them came from, but I do know this is if they fail, I try and figure out why they failed. If they don't fail, I use them again and they go in a box or I load them. And it's like, you see where I'm coming from. In other words, it's like, do they work? Yep, they're good to go then.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit where they came from.
I am not a AK scholar. I know sometimes I've held up my AK and people in the comment section say, "Oh yeah, that's a Norinco." I'm like, okay, yeah, it's got the rivets here and here. That's how you tell, you know. And I wish like hell I would have bought a freaking cases of those Norinco AKs back in the '90s when they were just. I don't even remember what it was. Maybe $250, something like that. 200, 250.
What's that? The Norincos?
Yeah, the Norinco AKs.
Yeah, yeah. My Mac 90, which I don't know if you remember the Polytech Legend. Um, well, Polytech was a company which was Norinco, only a different name, like Buick is GM.
Yeah.
Polytechs were really shiny, beautiful AKs, but they were really shiny, beautiful Mac 90s is what they were. 90, they had to shave off the bayonet lug for the Clinton ban and the thumb hole stock, and then that and whatever the hell you wanted. But that's I
Yeah,
have witnesses to a few. What's that?
Yeah, mine's a Mac 90.
You just running open sights on it?
Yeah.
You...
It's got a folding stock, but for the Clinton ban, it still had a thumb hole grip. It was the ugliest damn thing you ever seen. So I took that thumb hole stock off and just put some kind of surplus Bakelite handle on it or whatever.
Yeah. Mine came off as soon as it's like, get this out of here. No, I was going to say this that I don't know if you've ever shot yours at distance, but I took mine out just with open sight, shooting Norinco ammo. I'm shooting, 5 to 6 inch groups and just with open sights and crappy ammo, and I'm like, well, I thought AKs weren't supposed to shoot that good. Then I started loading for it, and I made a scope mount, and I put a scope mount on it, and like I said, I got witnesses to me shooting things that I shouldn't have been able to shoot with an AK. One of my most fun ones was dude I've known since the 5th grade. There was a blackbird sitting on the top of a fence post at about 100 yards, and it's a long story why I even took a shot at it, but I said, all right, let me try one. I aimed right at its head, right at its beak. And I had a beautiful rest and just watched for a minute, and I'd shot the rifle enough to know what it does. And I squeezed it, and of course the gun recoiled, and just, for a glint second, I could swear I saw a bird fall off. My buddy says, oh, I think you missed. I said, I don't think it did. He says, the bird's still there. And he's talking about a bird that's, 100 yards down on a fence post. I said, I was shooting that one. So we go walking out there. I said, come on, let's go. We go walking out there, and he was next to the fence line, and he gets to the post headless bird, and he just...
Oh, you're roboting a little bit. Uh-oh. Hopefully I didn't lose him.
500-yard shot. I made an almost 500-yard shot on a woodchuck groundhog with my Mac 90. Of course, like I said, I shot it a million times. I know how it shoots. I know how to play the spin drift and the wind, but yeah. So Mac 90s are good shooters. That's what I was getting.
Yeah. I'd say the furthest I've really shot mine is maybe 75, 80 yards. And I know down there I've took it to the Pop's Quest little farm, shooting the same targets. Guys are out there with scopes and red dots and everything else, shooting their ARs, and I can ding the hell out. I mean, they're pretty big gongs, don't get me wrong, but 75, 85 yards, standing upright, no, not on the bench, just standing up, open sights, ding, ding, ding.
Is that what the guys?
I don't shoot it better than my AR.
Is that what the guys shooting ARs are doing, standing up? And
most of the time,
yeah. So are they hitting the direct center, or are they hitting just as good as you? Yeah. So
you know, in other words, I can tell you because my eyesight at a target 75 yards, I just see it move. I didn't hear it. You know, I don't know where I hit it. I just know I hit it. Now,
how's your close-up vision?
That Mac 90 is accurate. It's surprisingly accurate, I think. Because, like you say, AK not.
Yeah, that's what I said when I got mine. I worked at a gun store in the 90s, and I got mine for $175 cost. Mm-hmm. Now they're $600, $700, $800.
Yeah, they're a collector's piece. They can't import them anymore. Do you remember when they did the Brady bill? The reason they stopped imports for Chinese guns is they claimed their excuse was that it funds the Chinese army. It's like, it don't matter what you buy from China, it finances the China army. I don't care if it's a plastic freaking fork. It funds their army. It's a communist freaking country. They own 51% of every damn company there. Even now that they got some capitalism, the government owns over 50% of every company there.
Right. Yeah, it's strange. And this is the weird thing that you bring that up, that they are a communist country, but they're also a capitalist country. Mm-hmm. And they're like capitalist communists. That's a very mind-boggling. It seems to be working for them, but then again, their whole population control, and you get taxed more if you have girls and not boys or some shit. It's messed up, but they're definitely not free. But yeah. I had to mute my phone. I'm getting all these messages. It's the group message, and everybody, it's like, shut up, I'm trying to talk.
Since you don't have your camera on, do you know how to adjust your bandwidth?
Yeah, my bandwidth's all the way down, just okay. Audio only.
All right, never mind then. Use robot.
I'm hoping, like I said, if I get this Cat 5, I'm running a laptop. Now I have, my brother built this computer, but it's in the house, and long story, it's hard to be, I don't smoke in the house. This is my place. But I think my laptop will do fine if I get a Cat 5 cable, because anytime I've ever took it in the house to do a podcast or anything else, it does pretty good. So, but I'm definitely going to get one run out here, so I'm hardwired, not Wi-Fi'd.
Yeah, because I tried the other night to get on a private chat with my laptop. I was at Sonia's house, and it didn't work at all. I mean, it worked. They could see me, but I was roboting, and it's just like, okay, I give up. Later, guys. Yeah.
I've been a few like that.
But there again, the cell phone signal is really, really bad up there. So my phone automatically starts going Wi-Fi. Her phone was on Wi-Fi. Her computer was on Wi-Fi. My computer was on Wi-Fi. I probably could have cut all of them off except the one laptop and been okay. But if you got multiple stuff hitting that router, Yeah, it ain't gonna work too good, especially at a distance.
Yeah, Sarge C4 Defense. I was on one of his the one night, and he was having laggy funk issues. Come to find out, his kids were playing Xbox or something. You know what I mean? So it was definitely hitting on the Wi-Fi hard. So you know.
Yeah, Wi-Fi is great, but if you got too many devices on it, you're limited on what you're going to do. I know matter of fact, the other night we was trying to watch something on her TV, which is kind of even works off Wi-Fi, and we couldn't get it to work on Amazon Prime. That's what it was, and all I had to do is just turn the Wi-Fi off on my phone, and boom, it started working. Because just that little bit of it, sending its little signal out, looking for whatever, was enough to kill down the bandwidth or whatever.
Yeah, it's just enough to slow it down. My Wi-Fi on my phone, I leave it off. If I need it, I turn it on. But if I'm at home, pulling off my own Wi-Fi shit, I mean, I'm on my laptop. You know what I mean?
Well, the only reason I even turned it, I got it where if it sees it, it'll jump on it. Like I say, when I'm at Sonia's house, I get no cell phone reception at all. Just enough to maybe receive a text, but I can't make a phone call. I can't even send out a text. But if I turn the Wi-Fi on and go through that, it'll work. So like now, I don't ever use Wi-Fi unless I'm at her house because I got unlimited everything on the phone. So long as I got a signal, I don't care.
Roger that, Roger. Sonia, your girlfriend?
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that.
The one you are seeing now?
Yes. Yeah.
That's cool. No, honestly, dude, I've been single for a long time. I divorced in 1998, got married young. What a dumbass. Had kids young. Shit, my youngest going to be 30. But went to girlfriends, and I just got to the point where I was like, man, I'm even going to try and find the one that we go, man, this is fun. Man, this is fun without trying.
Yeah.
See where I'm coming from?
I've been single for about 10 years. I was single for a few years, got married. That was a disaster. It didn't even last a year. And then I stayed single I dated, but I was single for 10 years. And then I kind of stumbled across her, which we actually went to school together, but we wasn't good friends in school, but we knew each other. It just kind of worked out.
That's how it goes, man. I mean, like I said, I'm not looking. I'm just, if it happens and I meet somebody and we click and you like doing what I like doing and you like doing what you like, okay, cool. But I'm just, like I said, I got divorced at 32 years old, man, and dated girlfriend this, girlfriend that. Yeah, they'd last a while. And it was like, it just wasn't clicking, It's like, screw it. I'm just going to be single and let the chips fall where they fall. You know what I mean? I'm going to live my life, do what I like to do. And if I find somebody that likes to do what I like to do and I like to do what they like to do and we mesh, good to go. So it's great that you found somebody like that, even though you went to school with them, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't matter. You know what I mean?
I refuse to have a girlfriend.
That's funny.
No, but she just not trying to give out my damn love life or nothing like that, but she just hit a category and just fell into place, and it was like, I think I'm going to pursue this one.
That's exactly what I was just saying. You're like, whoa, we kind of clicked. Maybe we need to hang out a little more and see if we still click. And if we still click, and when we start, don't start not clicking, well, maybe we ought to go, well, it ain't working.
Yeah. Usually drama is what turns me off when I started dating somebody. It's like, oh, it's too much fucking drama
Oh, you know something, dude? I've got, and you have too. I know you have. You've gotten to the point in your life, drama is bullshit. I don't need drama. I don't need he said, she said. I don't need, oh my God, it's freaking drama. We don't need that. It's like, hey, let's try and accomplish a goal together and hang together and screw drama. I just
I got no time for it. I got no patience. I got no time for it.
Yeah, like I said,
I mean, we all have problems you got to deal with. Don't get me wrong, but you know exactly what I'm talking about when I say drama. Make up bullshit stuff you're worried about. You know, the fucking grandkids. Because at our age, if you dated a woman, she probably got grandkids. So it's the grandkids, this, the fucking kids living in the house, the grandkids living in that. I'm just like, I just wanted to have sex. I didn't want all this.
Oh, wow. Sex is overrated too, but you know, I mean, it's fun, but yeah, honestly, the problem is, and this is the problem, dude. I mean, like my last 3 girlfriends, it was like, it went so fast. And once we had sex, it was like, well, I got you now. I'm like, no, you don't. What? Like, oh, yeah. But no, honestly, dude, it's more than sex. It is. I mean,
well, it depends on who you're dating.
I meant someone a lot of time with and be with. You know what I'm saying?
Oh no, I was a bad boy.
But yeah,
I wasn't a player. I've never claimed to be a player. I was just dating. I'll just say that I was just dating. Yeah, but I was up front. Yeah, I'm just dating.
I was the same way. I was the same way after my divorce and got back into the game. Like I said, got married really stupid young, but you know, it's like when I got back into it, it was like, well, I'm gonna go hang out and see what happens. And yeah, well, things happened. It was fun. I won't lie. So, but do you got any kids, brother?
No, I don't.
I said, do you got any kids?
No, I don't have any kids.
Wow. You know, it's funny. Like I said last weekend, my channel partner and my brother and channel partner, however you want, he came up Sunday and we shot. It was hotter and we had that conversation about, and he never had any kids. He says, dude, I cannot see myself having kids at 50 years old. I said, no, I wouldn't want to have any right now either, brother. I mean, my oldest grandchild's going to be 10, or no, she just turned 10. You know what I mean? It's like, raising kids, not on my agenda anymore. I did 2 of them, and now I'm doing the grandkid thing, and I'm not going to have any more kids. That's for sure. So
I got nothing against kids. It just didn't work out. And I was single at the time. I turned 40 and I was like, I got fixed. I was like, I ain't had kids by 40. I don't want to be a senior citizen picking up my kids at the damn school. I'm no.
Yeah. And you know, the funny thing is, you know, getting married young and having kids young, and it was all her idea to have a kid. It's a long story, but I'm like, you know, young, dumb, and what's that other? Yeah. Anyway, it was like, oh, okay, I guess, you know, we shouldn't. And I told her, I said, you realize that if we have a kid right now, it'll set us back financially 10 to 12 years because, and if we would have, you know, stayed together and just let's get our shit together and you know what I mean? And then had kids. Oh, our financial situation would have been totally different. You know what I mean? But looking back on it, it's like, yeah, you were young and dumb, and yeah. So, but at the time, I did think the same thing. I thought, well, shit. When my daughter's 18, I'll be, how old was I? 36. I don't know. yeah, 36. So, you know, it was like, okay, my son's going to be 18. I'll be 39. Shit, I still got time. Yeah, well, things worked out not exactly the way that was planned, so it doesn't matter. Life's
Well,
a journey.
what I,
Life's a journey and not a destination. That's what I'm
yeah,
gonna say.
yeah. Well, like I said, I mean, I got fixed at 40. I was single at the time, and I was like, the chances of me finding somebody that I really want to spend the rest of my life with and have kids with, that's going to take a few years. You know what I mean? And I wasn't even searching for it. And if I was just searching for it and just like grabbed the first thing that came along, that well, that's going to turn out to be a fucking disaster. You know, I knew that it was going to be, if it did happen, it was going to be years down the road. You know, at least 3 or 4 years if I got lucky. And I was just like, nah, I'm done.
Well, the nice thing is it's not I'll spit it. It's not hard to reverse if you know. But you know, like you said, 50 years old, nine, having kids.
Nah.
My boss, well, let me see, his youngest. She's in college now. She just went to college last year, but he's 3 years older than me. And when he married his now wife, like I said, their daughter is like just went to college, so she's like 19. But he had got snipped, and he went and got unsnipped for his wife, and they had two more kids. But I'm like, whatever, you know.
Hey, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. I'm just saying it's just not in my deck of cards.
Yeah, it's not in my agenda, that's for sure. I done had my kids. I have yet to get snipped, but you know, if I'm gonna go out and have fun, I put a raincoat on, and other than that, yeah. So I mean, honestly, I mean, if I was to meet somebody that I want to spend the rest of my life with or whatever, um, hell, shit, at our age, I don't know if she was still fertile. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So, but yeah, no more kids for me, that's for sure.
Hey, yes, it's all good. You know, we all made choices and done things, and we got to live with it now. Just make the best of it and continue on. Learn from your, not necessarily mistake. Well, you should. Hopefully, you learn from your mistakes, but you know, I don't dwell on the past and think, well, I should have done this, should have done that. No, I wish I'd done. I don't know. I yes, I mean we all have thoughts about some things, but for the most part, I'm a pretty happy-go-lucky guy. I just appreciate today and just hope tomorrow would be nice too, or happy, or fun, or whatever. Or fuck, I got to work on my truck. You know.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Honestly, dude, you do. You just get up and go. Well, I woke up this day. Let's do it again. I woke up alive. I didn't wake up dead.
Yeah.
Which
All right, girl. Let's say I
I
was
always
waiting.
I laughed at that whole find yourself waking up dead. I'm like, well, you ain't gonna wake up if you're dead. What? Anyway.
Yeah, he's a girl. I think I caught her off guard. She's younger than me, and I've worked with her. She's where I'm at now, and I worked with her at another plant. And me and her and a bunch of friends, we used to, you know, back when I was in my 30s, we used to go bowling and partying and stuff, you know. And she was like 10 years younger than me or more, probably more than that. But anyway, we were leaving out at the same time. She was like, "Well, how you doing?" And I was like, "Well, I'm above ground, so I'm doing pretty damn good." I mean, she didn't, almost didn't know what to say to it. And she's like, "Well, I guess you're right." Not that I feel that old. I just know shit can happen.
Well, look at it this way. How many people did you go to school with, or that you knew, or celebrities, or anybody that died before we did?
It's a shit ton.
I went to school with a lot of people that ain't around anymore, man.
Yeah.
And that's local, close. You know what I'm saying? That's not, oh, a celebrity, this, that. That's people you went to school with. They ain't here no more. One of the kids that grew up across the street from me at my grandmother's died of cancer. 13 years ago. So it's 90, yeah, about 13 years ago. So yeah, I get up in the morning and go, shit, I'm still alive. I don't know how this is working, but I'm still here. Let's keep going. Yeah, that's
trust me, I've gone through some bad shit, and it's not me personally, but I had to deal with. Trust me, at 50 years old, and I'm pretty damn healthy. I'm fairly fit for a smoker, drinker, whatever. It could always be worse. It could always be worse. Like you may not know this, but hell, my first wife died at 35 years old. So,
from what?
Cancer.
From what?
Brain tumors.
The C word.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, I'm the same way. I'm a smoker, drinker, and I other than I have osteoarthritis and I drive a really rough riding dump truck that beats the living shit out of you, and I got to push a clutch, and I got a bad knee and ankle, but I'm gonna go do it again tomorrow. It sucks. I got to do something to make money. I can't see myself standing on my feet on concrete like I used to do when I was a welder and a fabricator. I can't stand on concrete all day long anymore. It just doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, I get up in the morning and I go, well, I'm still alive. Let's see if we can get through another day. So,
yep. Like I say, it could always be worse. Always be worse.
Yep. It oh yeah. I mean, that's one way you have to look at life is it could be worse. You know, you might think you're really, really down in the dumps, but are you starving? No.
Yeah.
Are you freezing? No. Well, it could be worse. I mean,
you have all your limbs. You know, are you in a wheelchair? I mean, and not that people don't make shit work, but you got to really look at it like that. That's what I think. I don't give a damn how bad if I lost everything I own today, but I could still walk down the street or get in the car and I can still go to work and live in a fucking tent or whatever. There's people got it worse than me, period. You know, I literally kind of have that attitude. You know, it's like, it could always be worse. Because like I said, I did lose my wife and she fought cancer for 4 fucking years. And holy shit, you talk about giving you perspective for life. It's
that, yeah. I mean, and at 35,
mm-hmm.
That's an eye opener. Yeah. And it's so funny because when I was 18, I thought 35 was old.
Yeah.
I'm going to be 52 and I'm going, shit, 35. I was still kicking it. Yeah. No, that's the half empty attitude. And you and I tend to try and look at, well, it's half full, which means next. Half empty is like, oh my God, it's almost empty. You got to look and go, well, shit, I still got a half a tank of fuel. We can do this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not which I've never been a money driven person. Don't get me wrong. I like to make money and I like to have pretty nice things, but I don't have to have the latest and greatest. I don't have to have a new car. No, I'm not down to anybody that does that because I've never, I don't want to get into philosophical shit here, but I just want something dependable and fairly nice. I, with the schedule I got and the girl I'm dating now, I get to go fishing during the middle of the week. Fuck it. Life's good, man.
I'm there with you, brother. Yeah, honestly, a conversation that my brother and I had yesterday about the whole age and, what if you won the lottery? Say you won $50 million. Would you be stupid? No, you wouldn't. You'd go, well, this is paid. This is paid. I'm going to buy a chunk of property somewhere over here or there. And you got to think, how many more years and how much do you make a year now? Well, double that and then figure out your budget on $50 million and how long you could live on that. And if you invest, in other words, if you did it right, me, if I won that much money, I would start my own business, probably a gun related thing or some, you know what I mean? But point being is you see all these people that win the lottery and they just blow it all. Yeah. And it's like, nah, dude, come on, man. If I made double what I do now, I'd be happy and maybe even double and a half, and I'd still have lots of money. And just don't get stupid about it. And
yeah, well, I've always loved the woods, the mountains and stuff. And yeah, if I won the lottery, which I don't play that much, every once in a while I'll buy a ticket. But yeah, I'd buy a good bit of land out in the country with some running water. With that kind of money, I believe I could build if it got running water, I'd put a lake in it, or a pond at least. At the most extravagant, I'd build a little log cabin. But I'm not sure I just wouldn't buy some damn shipping containers and make a cool little house out of them.
Well, that's what I'm saying, man. Yeah, we don't need much shit. We're guys, man. We're easy. Yeah. Give me this, and this, and this, and we're good to go. Yeah, that's what I said. You just, I don't know.
Me, I mean, even though I'm dating that girl, I still got my own place. She still got her own place. We have no plans to move together. Nothing like that. We was in Home Depot or Lowe's the other day, and they had on display these little refrigerators. Just like a normal refrigerator, freezer, and then refrigerator, but they were real little. I mean, it was like, it came up like here on me, and it was like $200, and I need a new refrigerator. And
was it
looked at it, and I was like, that's really all I need. I might buy that son of a bitch right there. I said, because with all the space I got in mine, as a single guy, all I do is make science experiments out of my refrigerator.
Science experiments. That's funny. What kind of mold is growing on this, right?
Yeah, the bottom shelf's beer, and from there up they might be something good, and there might be some experiments going on.
You might have some weird mushrooms growing on things. Is that what you're telling me? That it went from mold to mushrooms?
They could be the cure for AIDS in there. I don't know.
Oh my God. No, honestly, I mean, mushrooms are mold. That's what it's a mold spore that, like mushrooms are edible. You ever seen puffballs?
Yeah.
They're edible too. I never ate one. Yeah, I've never ate one, but I guess they are. But yeah. Yeah, that's mold. It's a fungus. That's what it is. Just remember, when you're eating them mushrooms, you're eating a fungus.
Mm-hmm. Yes, they are. I did know that. I'm a little scared of mushrooms as far as the wild. I know what a morel looks like. I've never seen one in the wild. They're around here. I just don't. It seems like they're only there for a few weeks or something. I don't know, but I've never went looking for them either.
The ones that look like the Christmas trees. The tall ones. Is that the morels? I think it is.
They're kind of tall, and the dome kind of goes down, and they got it look almost not holes, but like indents, just all in them.
Yeah. Like I said, it kind of almost has the shape of a Christmas tree, kind of. Yeah. No, they grow around here. I've seen them. It's funny because the mushroom hunters around here, I used to go out and hunt woodchucks a lot and all that, and groundhogs for them people out there that don't know what a woodchuck is. I'm sure you do. It's the same animal. Yeah, I'd go out and oh man, I seen these, and these guys would be like, "Where are they at, man? Can we go get them?" I'm like, "Easy there, big buddy." So, but yeah, and I did. There's a couple places I used to hunt, and they'd say, "Yeah, come on, let's go." There's the whole bunch, and but yeah, I was never into the whole mushroom hunting, but it's good to know that one's edible if you're starving. So
yeah, there's a bunch of them. I've seen some bushcrafting or bush type, channels, and they're showing some stuff that grows on the side of the trees. Like, oh yeah, you can eat that one. But the problem is if you eat that other one, it looks similar. That might kill you.
yeah. Well, hell, they say a lot of bugs are edible, and I'm like, I don't want to eat bugs, okay? I don't want to eat earthworms. Earthworms will keep you alive. I don't want to eat earthworms, okay?
Yeah. Well, basically in America, correct me if I'm wrong, if it moves, you can probably eat it or eat some of it anyway.
Probably. I don't know. I mean, I
don't have to be starving before I eat bugs, though.
Well, and just remember this. Every spider is venomous.
Yeah,
the venom is it makes you itch or it kills you. They're all venomous. Mm-hmm. I'm not eating spiders, period. Okay. They say you can eat crickets and grasshoppers.
I'll take back what I said, because a spider, no. I don't think I'm ever going to eat a spider. I'm always going to at least have a couple of extra bullets, at one for me. It gets that bad. I'm done.
Well, the nice thing is most in North America, the black widow and the brown recluse are about the worst.
Mm-hmm.
And both of them, they can kill you, but the brown recluse, probably not. Most of the bites would be, I just had 10 mosquitoes bite me in the same place, kind of thing. Most of the venom is a histamine, which means if you means it counteracts it. So I know a lot of wild stings are a histamine, but yeah, we're lucky. Honestly, I mean, I'm lucky in Ohio. Shit, we ain't got rattlesnakes up here. Well, where I'm at in northern Ohio, you get to southern Ohio, oh yeah, there's timber rattlers, and there've been some around here, but it's pretty rare. You know what I mean? And you go to a country like Australia,
they probably got bugs that'll kill you.
Yeah, they got bugs and snakes, and it's like, you remember Steve Irwin?
Mm-hmm.
He did the most deadliest in the world. 9 out of 10 of them were in Australia.
Yeah.
The one that was the most deadliest was a pretty docile snake, and the only time it would bite you if you were trying to take its eggs or something. And I remember him just laying there next to its hole, and the snake comes crawling up and kind of crawls right by him and goes back in its hole, and he's doing his commentary. And yeah, it was like the deadliest snake in the world. And it's like, one bite from this and you're going to die in 10 seconds or something stupid like that. You know what I mean? It's like, and he's just laying there. I'm like, all righty then. Yeah, okay. So we're lucky. I mean, honestly, where you're at, you got a little bit more venomous-y snakes and things, but
yeah, we're
lucky.
Rattlesnakes are, I won't say they're rare. You don't see them much where I'm at, but we do have rattlesnakes, copperheads, and water moccasins, or cottonmouths as they're called as well. Those are probably the most prevalent would be copperheads and water moccasins. But we do have rattlesnakes. I have seen rattlesnakes in the wild. They're not that common, but we do have them. Now, copperheads, we have copperheads out the ass. But not so much that you see them all the time. It's just not uncommon if you do see one, you know.
Well, and that's the thing too. And if you grow up in an area and it's like growing up in an area and going, oh shit, that's nettles. Some people call them horse nettles, but you know what nettles are. Just like thistle, you know what thistle is. Like, stay away from that. It's the same way with a snake, or you see the snake, and unless you step on it, it's probably not going to bite you. But just pay attention, and just like walking through the woods and knowing what poison ivy is, pay attention. But yeah, that a lot of the venomous snakes aren't aggressive unless they feel threatened.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not like they can eat you. They're not come after you. It's they go after stuff that's wider and bigger than them. But no matter what they do, they're not going to be able to eat a human. There's no reason for them to come after you unless you just happen to step on them or right beside them, and it's just a reactionary defense move.
Right. Exactly. You said few and far between, and you grow up in the area and you pay attention and but yeah, I mean, we are lucky in North America. We don't have a lot of things that, all over the country we have scorpions and snakes. Most of the time you're not going to die like in 5 minutes if you get bit or stung.
No,
And they are few and far between if it does happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And even the kind of dangerous mammals that we have they're all pretty much nocturnal. So if you do live in an area that has cougars, coyotes and stuff like that, not that coyotes and cougars necessarily attack humans a lot. More than likely, you're probably never going to see them, even if there was a bunch of them in your area, because they're not going to come out until the middle of the night.
Well, yeah, and I mean, an animal, it's a predator, but most wild animals don't want to be confronted by humans. And if you live in a populated area, it is a lot of humans. Mm-hmm. So if that animal is coming into that area, it is weary of all the humans. Now, if you as a person go into its space out in the middle of nowhere, and that's its territory, you're more likely to have an issue with the animal. When you live in a populated area, we have coyotes in town where I live in northern Ohio. I live like north central Ohio. I've seen coyotes in town. We've had deer in town for years. Now, mind you, my town is 20, maybe 30,000 people, but it's a populated area and a lot of small towns around, and but we have coyotes. I've seen them in town. You know what I mean? It's like I've seen the deer in town. The coyotes that are in town are scavenging. If they get in your trash and you probably turn the light on and open the door and go, "Hey, what the hell are you doing?" They're probably going to run. You know what I mean? They're not going to get confrontational. Nice thing is in Ohio, other than you can't do it in the city limits because, city limit laws, but in Ohio, there's no closed season on coyotes. You see one, shoot it. It's a menace. So I can't, where I live, put it that way.
Yeah, coyotes are a problem here. It's pretty much open season on them all year long here. But I mean, there again, I think if they got too populated, I could see them going after kids and stuff. So I ain't saying they will, but I could see it happening. But for the most part, there again, they're nocturnal. they're doing most of their moving and scavenging and killing at night. You know,
like the trash pandas, right?
yeah. I mean, we got
Yeah.
where I work at was a plant right beside an interstate, and when I did work night shift, we'd hear them back in the woods because it's around a lot of stuff, but it's still a lot of forest or woods or whatever you want to call it. So it's still kind of rural. I mean, we'd see like deer walking through the damn lawn of the plant and hear coyotes in the background. But like I said, I was working night shift, so we was out there outside at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, you know, taking a smoke break. You know? Oh, look, there's 5 deer.
I worked a place like that in, what was it, 91, 92. It was a steel, like I said, I was a welder fabricator. It was a steel plant, and a fab shop,
Mm-hmm.
put it that way. Second shift, you know, we'd go out, and it was in a valley, and there was a river, and we had these things called swamp bats. They weren't bats, freaking bugs. And I shit you not, they could grow from the length of their weird looking clawy things that I'm trying to remember. It was some type of fly, they called them, but I shit you not, their wings were 4 inches long. You know what I mean? The whole body was like 5, and it's like these things would fly around. And the first time I saw one, it come flying in the door. I was closing the door. We were closing the shop up. It's like 3 a.m, you know. This thing come flying in and landed on my leg as I'm chaining the door down, you know, the chain roller type door. And I'm like, okay, shut the door. And this big old bug just come flying around, and it flew behind me and come around and landed on my right leg. And I'm chaining the door, and I looked down and I saw that thing, and I said, what the hell is that? And I swatted it off my leg and knocked it under some machine. And, you know, I said to my buddy, I said, yeah, this is what happened. He's like, oh, yeah, we call them swamp bats, man. They're all over down here. I'm like, yeah, well, it can stay the hell away from me, that big ugly bug. Literally, it was like bird-sized bug. I'm like, Jesus. All things that come out at night.
All right. Unless you got, hey, do you got any announcements or anything? Oh, you got a contest coming up, you said. You want to talk about that for a minute, or is it a little too early?
No, I can babble about it. I'm getting close to 300 subs. I want to do something. I don't know what I'm going to do. I got to think of something, how I can do a giveaway, and might ask you for help or somebody. Yeah, anyway, I got some swag that it was sent to me from another YouTuber because I'm a mod, and they appreciated me, and they did it for all the mods and whatnot. But I'm like, well, this is a lot of stuff, and it's great. It's shirt, a hat, and you know, I don't know. I got patches and stickers, and I'm like, oh, maybe I'll do a giveaway on some of this stuff. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. The only other thing I'm going to plug is I'm really, really thinking hard about getting this YouTuber content creator thing going for the fall, for getting a meetup, a shoot at my club. Like I said, I can't go too big, you know what I mean, because I'm limited on space. I could fit X amount of people camping, but other than that, if it got bigger than that, you'd have to find a hotel. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, just a thought. I'm thinking about it. It's in my mind. I'm thinking this is something I kind of want to do. So other than that, yeah, that's just what's going on with me right now.
Okay, cool. Well, keep us informed, and we'll see. You know, like I say, if you can't find enough people, you know, send me the info, and it is a little haul there, but it's doable. You know, if it can work, it can work. I might show up there myself.
There we go. That's what I said. If it you know, I would like to invite X amount of people and RSVP, but you know, I don't want to invite X amount of people and not have enough room. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
I said, my club's big enough for X amount, but it's not big enough for XX amount. So,
Well, that can be, you know, the two problems, and Pop's Quest has kind of hit that plateau to where he has to be a little hush hush about his a little event, because there's only so many people you can do this with, you know. You know, there's only so many people you can fit in any situation, especially when you got guns and danger, potentially dangerous situations. You just can't have every Tom, Dick, and Harry. Oh yeah, we're gonna have 100 people around here just shooting. No, that's no. You know? That would have to be some kind of professional event, you know.
oh man, you know something? It's so funny because you're touching on all the things I have thought of since I thought up this concept. Is firing line can only be so big, and we're going to have X amount of RSOs just to make sure things are good and people are paying attention. And you know,
Yeah,
look, I've never met you personally. I tend to believe probably pretty, looking at your little icon picture, which that's CZ75 maybe.
yeah,
Um, um, your finger's not on the trigger because it doesn't need to be yet. Um, people that don't trigger finger discipline, you know what I'm saying? And that's the thing, you know. You meet people online and we talk guns, and it's but yeah, you get a big group of people together that you've never met, you've never shot with. It's got to be safe.
yeah, exactly.
Safety is the biggest, biggest. And I'm sorry that if I designate X amount of range safety officers, RSOs, and they say, "Oh, whoa, 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 dude," because it's for the better. And
Yeah,
if you see something that ain't safe, I want you to say, "Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa." You know what I mean? So, yeah, that's the big thing about doing. I've heard from a couple different YouTubers that went to some of these events that it wasn't as safe as it could have been. Like, oh, some of them guys were drinking, and I like to drink, but you ain't going to do it before you handle the gun.
oh,
After the gun's put away, we're gonna go back and hang out at the campfire and have some beers.
yeah,
See where I'm
exactly.
coming from? Yeah,
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, like I said, I've been to all the Pops's Farmageddons, and you know, after a long day, it might only be 5 or 6 o'clock, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go put all my guns up, pop a top. I'm done. They have people still shooting, you know, because I even had somebody comment, and they're like, "Oh, you drinking beer?" I was like, "Yeah, my guns are over there. I'm done. I'm done shooting. I've been shooting all fucking day. I'm done." But some people, you don't
it's just
know.
like I won't been drinking.
But
Yeah, I, you know, a lot of people. Matter of fact, I don't want to. It's what I heard. There was this one that lives in Dakotas that had a gun blow up on him. Dakota something. I'm not going to say it, but anyway, it was one of his loads, and he pretty sure it was a double charge. But the word I got was, well, when he was loading that ammo, by the end of the podcast chat, he was kind of, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, he might have enjoyed the adult beverage a couple times, and I thought, um, I don't touch my press when I've had a couple. I don't touch my press. What I will do, I will drink beer and run cases into a sizing die because what are you gonna? Your arms going up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Yeah, if I'm gonna sit and have a couple in size cases, you know what I'm saying?
Oh
But
yeah.
when it comes, you're making rounds. Oh no, mm-mm, nope. I've been doing it for over 30 years so far. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Me too.
Fouls I've always, it's like, yeah, but I will not reload anything if I've been drinking. Nope. Not a good idea.
Yeah, it's not. All right, man. I'm gonna go ahead and end this. Even though I ain't got to work tomorrow, I actually drug this out for 2 hours. I kind of figured I'd stop after an hour since I was by myself. So I do appreciate you jumping on with me and let's have a
Well,
little
I appreciate you
conversation.
having me, and if I appreciate you having me, and if I wouldn't have jumped on, you'd been done an hour ago because I talk too much, brother.
No, I try to do them 2 hours, but it's hard to do a chat by yourself for 2 hours.
I know. All righty, man. I'm going to say this, and this is my, and I've been saying this for a long time to anybody still watching. This is my line. Peace to all, but stay 2A strong. Listen to that, because peace to all means I love all you. I want to enjoy being on this earth with everybody, and I want everybody to get along, and I want peace. But when something other than peace is thrown at you, you better stay 2A strong. Pretty simple.
Yeah.
That when non-peace comes upon you, you better be able to defend yourself, and that's as simple as it gets. And that's my line. Peace to all, and stay 2A strong. Because what else you gonna do, man?
Exactly. I agree. All right, man. Thanks for coming on, and for everybody out there, thanks for hanging out with me. Hopefully, I wasn't too boring, and got a little accompaniment here, and he helped me limp along. I think we had some good conversations, though. I may have to go back and watch this because we covered a lot of subjects, actually. Not delving too deep, but we hit on a lot of subjects, and that's what I like.
We did, and you helped me limp.
All right, everybody. We'll see you next week, and have a good weekend or a good week. See you next time.
Peace.